to Local Weather Authority Forecast. We warn you first with Chief Meteorologist Chase Menendez.
Well, good evening, everybody. Temperatures today are very, very cold. Now, we've been below freezing for a long time. We got a lot of snow yesterday, so because we're not warming up above freezing, that means that snow that we've got on the roadways not going to have a good opportunity to melt. Now, as traffic drives over some of the roadways, of course, tire friction, engine heat, that's going to begin to melt some of the snow, but outside of the roads, these temperatures are just going to stay so cold that snow is going to be sticking around. So things like roofs are going to stay icy, as well as lawns. So make sure you're very careful. Not only are we seeing a lot of snow, but that snow is piled up over a layer of ice that we actually achieved on Saturday. So make sure to be careful out there. Not only are we dealing with the snow and wet conditions, but it's also very slick underneath that snow. Not only on the roads, but also on sidewalks and things like that. So make sure you're really careful, even when you're just walking around. And make sure you bundle up too. Temperatures are at 13 degrees currently for Odessa, Midland, only 16 in Seminole and Wink. We did make it up to 32 degrees in Marfa, which is actually the temperature where water begins to melt or freeze. So we did come in right at freezing for Marfa and just on the high side for Alpine and Presidio. Now, as we get to the overnight hours, we're really not going to see our temperatures picking up at all. We're going to continue to see them backing off, and we'll be back down into the single digits for tomorrow morning. Thankfully, though, we're not dropping off below zero by tomorrow morning like we did this morning. We did back off down to -2 for Odessa, Midland, a crazy cold temperature. In fact, the 5th coldest temperature ever recorded at MAF, our official observation site. So it goes without saying, we did break a low temperature record for today, and also we broke a record for the coldest high temperature today, only coming in at 14 degrees. Now, I do have a little bit of good news, though. We're not seeing any more snow swinging into West Texas, at least not too much snow. We do have a chance for wintry mix by the time we get to tomorrow. A lot of moisture coming in from the north and west, and that's going to be swinging through West Texas by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. But all that winter storm that we saw is actually tracking through some of the southeastern states right now, not bringing us any trouble anymore, but it certainly brought us a lot of snow yesterday, just crazy amounts of that snowfall. Now, we are still looking at a lot of cloud cover overhead, so not only are we seeing cold temperatures, but that sun is not really shining, so any snow that's out there is likely to stick around. Now, we do have plenty of watches and warnings off to our east, but here in West Texas, only one watch or warning remains, and that's actually a high wind warning in, you guessed it, Guadalupe Pass, where we have another high wind warning expiring Tuesday at 10 p.m. So that's tomorrow evening, 10 p.m. Central Time. Those winds are going to remain elevated throughout the rest of this evening and through tomorrow afternoon. Now, I did mention a little bit of a wintry mix possibility. By the time we get into the afternoon and evening hours, most of that is going to fall in the form of sleet or possibly freezing rain. So make sure to be extra careful tomorrow evening if you have to go anywhere at all. If you can stay put throughout this event, I would highly recommend you do so. We'll pick up just barely above freezing for tomorrow afternoon, but once we get to the overnight hours, anything left over is going to freeze over once again as our temperatures dip below that 32-degree threshold. Now, taking a look at that here on our satellite and radar model, you can see a little bit of cloud cover coming in. And by the time we get to 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, some of the northeast basin can expect a pretty significant chance for another dusting of snow. Now, we're not talking a huge snow event like we had yesterday, but we could be looking at maybe another inch of snow before all is said and done. Once we get to 12 noon, temperatures start picking up, and that snow will turn into rain, which has a good possibility of freezing over once again. And this model showing a pretty good rain band setting up here across the central basin and the southern basin, but with temperatures so cold, I think wintry mix is a very strong possibility. I'd put a 30% chance on it here in Odessa, Midland. See some of that wintry mix, which again will likely freeze over in the overnight hours Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Now, low temperatures tomorrow will be backing down into the single digits, but we'll pick up to 34 in the afternoon, 37 on Wednesday, and 40 on Thursday. So you can see a nice quick warm up, but low temperatures unfortunately struggle a little bit more. Thursday morning, for example, it's 16 degrees, but we do have something to look forward to this weekend. Sunny, highs in the upper 60s, low 70s. So we've got good things on the way. We just have to wait for them a couple more days.
We see the light.
That's right, at the end of the tunnel.
Not out of the snowy woods yet.
Indeed.
This weekend's going to be like tank top weather.
Oh yeah, everything's going to be melting quick.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a nice breath of fresh air, something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Thanks for all your coverage this weekend too, Chase.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Chase.